Hello, I'm John. I am on the Alexa Slack group, and I put a post up the other day just saying, oh, if only there was a place where people could actually go off and find information for when you've done a little bit of Alexa stuff and you've gone through a couple of tutorials and stuff like that, and you're trying to put it all together, and then you end up with a lot of problems with just understanding really what on earth is going on. Um, I don't really know how this is going to go. I'm just going to go through a lot of the issues and strange things that I've discovered, stuff that I wish I really knew at the beginning. Um, I will start at the beginning really by saying I'm brand new to this. I've been using programming and using JavaScript and Node.js and all the Lambda things for about 6 to 8 weeks now. So when you come to look at my code, those of you that have been doing it a bit longer are probably going to find it very entertaining. Probably look at some of the things that I'm doing. I'm not and laugh at them. I'm not really here for any of that. There are going to be much better ways of coding. I look at some of the examples and things, and it does kind of like, oh, okay, that's more the better way of doing it. But that's not really the point of this. The point is, I kind of suck at this because I'm brand new. I've been chatting with a couple of people who are saying they're having similar issues, and so I would make this video. I don't know where it's going to go. I might cut it down into separate ones. I might just put time codes on the bottom. First time doing YouTube videos, so hey, welcome. Uh, so where to begin? I would say the best thing I discovered at the very beginning was Jeff Blackenberg series, which is a blog post back from July, so I suppose this shows when I actually started doing it. He did a Joy of Voice series where it starts off with the kind of basics of how to set things up, but he actually goes through and creates a full app, which I followed along with and created my own one, which I did something for whiskey just for the hell of it. It's a great series. He starts off using the old SDK, and then he actually converts it into the SDK2, and he does a bit of in-school purchases. I haven't looked at yet. Maybe get there in the future. I don't think I've got anything I would be confident enough to sell yet, so let's just give it away for free and see what happens. That's very good. If you're looking for more in-depth stuff, Steve Dabble Lab on YouTube, really great videos. I've been using his stuff to find things. Also, Jamie's Dev Shed, he goes into does some nice videos on, I used his one for the external API of just kind of getting to grips with what was going on. But definitely look at the Joy of Voice series if you haven't yet. It does take a few hours. It's well worth sitting through. It shows things like putting in the Ask CLI and how building that up. The final one, because I kind of entered this in the middle, I've been doing a course on Udemy, which is this guy's one. The Complete Node.js Developer Course by Andrew Mead. It's the only one I did. It was on offer for a tenner. I've only done 23% of it so far, but he really goes into just the background of Node.js, how it's all glued together, and things make a lot more sense for me afterwards. I'm probably going to stop it here, and this is a little introduction. As I said, this is for people who've probably done a little bit and are trying to create something themselves. I've just been I got into Alexa simply because it's awesome. But hey, she didn't wake up and talk to me. I have all the lights and things in the house. I use it for Spotify, and it's just fantastic. I've never really got into coding, but it's just been a really fantastic way of building things for my own one. For instance, just the other day, I created a weather app, which is more of a weather station, which was actually on the back of Andrew Mead's course. He does a weather station bit where you do API calls and end up with getting some information back. And you can chuck that in Alexa and open detailed weather. have to excuse my speakers, they don't kick in straight away. Nope. Alexa, open detailed weather.
Here is the detailed weather. It is 63 degrees Fahrenheit, or 17.4 degrees Celsius. At 0 inches per hour, it is not raining. Humidity is 70%, cloud cover is 98%, visibility is 8 miles, wind speed is 1 mile per hour, gusting to 1 from the east.
And so that's just a really straightforward one that I've done, and that was just going off using forecast.io, which goes through on the course, and to get all the information through from that, gets all the variables. I've got the code here, and then she does, here is the detailed weather, it is yada yada yada. It's a nice simple one because you don't really have to worry about intents and things like that. It is just for me. I haven't done any lookup of where you are in the world. But that's kind of the cool things that I like about it. I have my own little bespoke app, and I have a free weather station which doesn't really have anything attached to it. But it just tells you what's going on now. But anyway, I can kind of go into that. I'm going to stop these now, and then I will come back and just begin with where I was. Okay.